Hey everyone, Hussin here, got another Power Rangers Megaforce review for you today. This is the Robo Knight Lion Cycle. So this is something that I ordered from Kmart's online website, and surprise, surprise, Kmart actually came through for me. They have a history of screwing up orders and sending you wrong stuff, but I actually got a couple of things from Kmart correctly. This Robo Knight Lion Cycle, I got the Ultra Red Ranger Dragon Cycle, which I'll do a review of as well, and the Ultra Dragon Chest Armor, so I do have that as well, and that will be coming up soon, a review of that. So this is it, this is the cycle, and I apologize for, I'm kind of just recording on a small little table here, because I'm still in the midst of, I recorded something, I've already done videos of it so you can kind of see, I've recorded something for my entire collection, so there it is over there. And I used the table in the middle with all the Power Rangers on it. Yeah, some stuff has kind of fallen over a bit, but I've already finished recording. I just need to kind of clean all that up. So in the meantime, I didn't want to wait to do the reviews, so I have a small little table here to do the reviews on. But anyways, this is the Robo Knight Lion Cycle. And so first, let's take a look at the packaging. So here it is. I like that some of the Zord vehicles and cycles have some interesting artwork. I like the cool little artwork that they put with them. That's pretty nice. It is ZordBuilder compatible, so there's lots of different ways to play with this thing, which is pretty cool. And it does come with one promo card, which was in there. The packaging is not exactly, collector friendly. These are at least a little bit easier than was it the Zord vehicles, or there's one other toy that you have to open it up and really rip them up to take them out. I think it was the Ultra Zord vehicles. At least this one has these little flaps on the side, which you can kind of open from one side, so it's a bit more even in terms of how you can open it, but it still screws up the packaging. So that kind of sucks for collectors. But there's your standard stuff on the sides there. Nothing too fancy. On the back, you will see the two cycles, so I'll do a review of that one separately, but here is the Robo Knight Lion Cycle, and it does, the Vulcan Cannon Zord that it comes with works with the Leon Laser Blaster, which we'll take a look at. Those are all the different cycles that you can get, so these three came out a long time ago, earlier in the Megaforce line. These are the two new ones. And like I said, ZordBuilder compatible, so you can actually attach these cycles on the top of the Megazord, or you can even use them as legs for the Megazord, so I'll show you all of that fun stuff. So, without further ado, on to the cycle itself. There it is. There's the Robo Knight Lion Cycle. So, obviously this stuff is not from the show, these cycles. The only thing from the show is really this Vulcan Cannon Zord. They just decided that rather than give this with the blaster, which would have made perfect sense, they decided to sell it separately. But then they couldn't just sell you this little thing, so they decided, well, let's put a little cycle on it and decide that it's worthy of being sold as a toy. So for collectors, that kind of sucks because we don't need all these cycles and other things. For kids, it's kind of neat, I guess, to have cycles and other stuff that they can play around with. That's always, I guess, a nice little bonus, I suppose. The figure that it comes with here, it does come with a little Robo Knight figure, and honestly, this thing kind of sucks. Look at it. It's just, I'm going to try and have him just sit there for a second, and it's just such a lack of paint. And you know what, let me grab the Robo Knight real quick. Okay, I'm back. So, the Robo Knight, sorry, I had to run over there and get it. Here's the actual Robo Knight figure. And so this guy, I can't have him stand up and compare because he doesn't stand. He's all fixed in one position. All the cycle figures are pretty terrible. And you can immediately see huge lack of paint. Just he looks so naked here. If I'm surprised that they even gave him that gold paint there. The rest of him, he's all naked. So that looks pretty terrible. The helmet is kind of weird too because it is lacking some paint all around. It's just, these cycle figures are pretty terrible. There's really just no way around it. They're designed to sit in here, and that's really it. But you can actually get, I'll remove some of these weapons here. The 4-inch figures and stuff should fit on here as well. So if you have the 4-inch figures, if this guy will cooperate with me. I haven't tested this out yet, actually, but with all the other cycles they could fit, so I don't see why this one can't. Although apparently I might be wrong on that, because he won't bend. Oh, there we go. I can kind of get him to fit if his legs stick out like that. But honestly, this will probably still look a ton better than the actual Robo Knight that it comes with. So that's a little weird, I suppose, just because his legs don't fit too well in there. But that's still a lot better than what it comes with. So really, this thing is just terrible. So let's move him aside. And let's take out the Robo Knight. Alright. So the main thing is, here's the cycle. And it's nothing too fancy. It's all pretty much like a dark gray color, except for the little black pieces there. And the wheels are black with a little red outline in the middle. And that's really, all it is. Nothing too fancy there with these cycles. So the main thing with this is the ZordBuilder compatibility. So you can mix and match any of the Zords with this little cycle. I'm going to take the Ultra Dragon Zord from the other cycle that I haven't reviewed yet, but you can see I can attach that on here as well. So, if you really like the cycle, you can have fun with that too and kind of combine it with a lot of different pieces. The cycle itself, let me reattach that and I'll show you. On the Gosei Great Megazord, you have this bottom piece here, which is compatible with the Zord ports. So I'm going to kind of stick him on one of the this little cycle on one of the Zord ports there, like so. So if you really wanted, you could have all the cycles, on here like that, which looks really weird. But I guess, I mean, I can just imagine now. You can have some of the Rangers sitting in the cycles, and the Gosei Jet comes with something to have a Ranger standing on it, so you can put that attachment on there, and you can have like all the Rangers standing on top of the Megazord like that. That might be a crazy little combination I might explore in the future. But yeah, so that's that. Let me take the cycle off, and the other thing that you can do is use this little connector here and attach it as one of the legs. Now, if you have another one of the Zords, you pretty much have to have both of the cycles there. So I'm not going to focus too much on that. In my review of the Ultra Dragon Zord, I'll show you a lot more of those combinations. But I just wanted to give you an idea of how it is, compatible with a lot of the other toys. So there's that. Yeah, so the main thing here really is the Vulcan Cannon Zord. That's the main reason to buy this. So this is the Vulcan Cannon Zord. So we'll take a little up-close look at that. And it's pretty nice. It's just your red paint and black, green eyes, little gold nose there, and that's about it. Got your wheels on the bottom so it can roll, so yay. Now, compared to how it is in the show, this is much smaller. So that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. And I think the biggest reason, they could have made it bigger, but I think the main thing was the Leon Laser Blaster is so tiny that this thing is really proportional to that. So that kind of sucks that the blaster is so tiny that this thing had to suffer too. So let's take a look at the blaster though, because that's kind of one of the main compatibility points. So there we go. That is the how it looks on the blaster. That's sort of what it's meant to be. I think I had a question before in the comments of the blaster video. Attaching the Zord does not add any additional sounds. You'll see. You have that sound, attach it, same sound. So that doesn't affect these sounds at all. It's just there for design. So, there's your little blaster. That's kind of what it looks like with that in there. And we can attach the Robo Morpher as well. So I've done a review of the blaster if you want to see, all the functionality of that. But from the show, Robo Knight often, uses it like this. He has the Vulcan Cannon Zord on there and all that stuff. So that's kind of what it looks like. This is the full combination there. And it looks kind of nice. It's just so tiny for me. That's my biggest complaint with it. I think it looks really nice, but it's just tiny. And I think that the Vulcan Cannon Zord doesn't look as cool because the blaster's so tiny. If this was any bigger, it wouldn't fit. So they had to, because the blaster's tiny, they had to make the Zord tiny. So they both kind of suffer because of that. So that's kind of unfortunate. But you get this is you get this and you can kind of have fun with it, I suppose. One of the other things I forgot to mention is this is compatible with the other Zord ports as well. So if you really wanted to, you could attach that like so. So there's that, and it does work with the other blasters as well. So let me oops, sorry, I'm shaking the camera there. Here's the Power Rangers blaster. So we'll just connect that. Because it's so tiny though, it just looks so odd. Like, it's just kind of weird. It's nice to have the feature, definitely, but it's just kind of odd. And let me see if I'm able to roll this a little bit. Let's see. Oops, it already disconnected. Kind of. The tables are tapered at the end, so it's a little hard to kind of show. And then there's also the Ultimate Blaster. So we have the Ultimate Blaster here. So let's see what that looks like. And again, really small. At least this kind of fits the color scheme a bit better. But it's just so awkward just because it's so small. It's just really weird. You know, the main thing really is the compatibility with the blaster. That's really the main reason to get this. Yeah, so there's that. That is the cycle. Not much more to really say about that. You know, if you guys have any questions, please post them in the comments below, and I'll try and answer them for you. The main other thing that I want to show now, though, is the card that it comes with. So it comes with promo card number 46. So this is exclusive to this cycle, and this is really the card that he uses in the show to summon the Vulcan Cannon Zord. So it's definitely one that you probably want to collect. So that's definitely nice to have. So let's bust out the Ghost Lion Morpher and see what this card says. It says Summon Zord. Alright. Card scanner app time. Let's turn on the volume here. Alright. Let's scan this card.
Stand down, mutants. You will only get one warning. I am Robo Knight, protector of the environment. It is time to neutralize you. Vulcan Cannon. Activate. Summon Vulcan Cannon. Vulcan Cannon. Set. Night Dynamic. Activate. Reaching full power. Applying maximum force. Hey, wait! Night Dynamic. Fire. Threat eliminated.
So that's really, as you can see, the main thing there. That card was from the show, as you saw in the clip. So that is one, you know, direct from the show. And really, the main thing is how it is in the blaster. That's really the main functionality there, as far as the fun of this little Zord is. So there you have it. That's the Vulcan Cannon Zord in the blaster, and that's really it. You know, that's kind of the main thing to get it for. And obviously with the Robo Morpher and stuff attached. I'm not going to go bust out the card and kind of show you that specific card on here. You get the idea. But yeah, so that's about it. If you're going to be collecting everything, then you're going to have to get this for the card and for the Zord and everything. You know, collectors are going to have to get it. The kids may enjoy the cycles, you know, especially if they have the other Zords. And if they have this blaster, then you got to get this part with it too. And kids may enjoy the blaster a bit more because it's more tiny, I guess, so it may fit their hands a bit better. Yeah, that's about it. So thanks for watching, and got lots more reviews coming up in the future as well. I think my next review will probably be the Ultra Red Ranger Dragon Cycle, so definitely check that out. So thanks for watching, everybody, and see you guys later. Go Megaforce!